Good morning. Tax season is here, and every Monday from now until April the 15th, we will be answering your tax questions with John Beazle with Jackson Hewitt. Today, we're going to start talking about the 1040 for you because there's lots of parts you need to be aware of. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me back.
Time to do the taxes, right?
Oh, it is. That it is, yes. Seems to come around every year.
It apparently does.
Ready
We're going to
or
take
not,
a look
here it comes.
at a 1040 form, and you're going to kind of talk us through some of the parts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
This is the first page of the 1040. This is the top half of it. And this is where you end up putting your name and your address. You get your filing status done and your exemptions. And then on the next page, or the next portion, we look at our total income, and you'll notice on there we get the total income, and then from that we subtract adjustments. And if we flip to the next page, then we subtract off that both deductions and exemptions to arrive at your total tax, your taxable income. From that we calculate the tax, and your tax is calculated based on your filing status, which was figured on the first page.
Right.
From that, there are some very valuable credits, non-refundable credits that are deducted from your tax liability. And if we can flip to the next page on there, then we subtract, add on any additional taxes to arrive at your total tax liability. We then look at the payments, which are withholdings from your W-2s, as well as refundable credits, which, as you can see on there, maybe earned income credit is one of them, and a new one for this year is making work pay credit.
Making work pay credit, huh? Okay.
Once we have your total payments, we do the math between that and your total tax liability. And if your payments are greater, you have a refund coming. If your payments are less than your total tax liability, you end up with having a balance due and have to stroke a check and mail it in.
We don't like that.
Which is not any fun. That's never any fun when you have to add in more.
But there's lots of tax credits and deductions now, and every year they change, right?
Congress keeps monkeying with the tax code all the time. Credits are very, very valuable. We'll discuss those in future days, future weeks coming up. But the credits are very valuable because credits reduce your tax liability dollar for dollar. Deductions are good as well too, but what the deductions do is they reduce your taxable income, or reduce your income to taxable income.
Now I know there's some housing things right now that we can get. Is it credits for or deductions for?
The housing you're referring to is the first-time home buyer credit, and that's actually a refundable credit. Refundable meaning it's money coming back towards you.
So that would be good news on your tax return.
Oh, very, very good news. Yes, I mean to get a check for maybe $8,000.
Wow.
That could help out a lot. That could help out a lot of folks and really help out quite a bit, especially with the economy the way it is today.
Absolutely.
It's not helped at all, and these credits have been really wonderful. We've seen this so far this year. We've seen most everybody is getting much larger refunds this year than they did last year.
Something else people may not know is you can actually deduct the price of having your taxes done.
If you itemize your deductions, the answer is yes, you can. Whether you have it professionally prepared or whether you purchase software. Even if you purchase software, the cost of that software is preparation cost, and you can potentially add that to itemized deductions and get a credit for that, yes.
Now, if we're going to come to some place like you and have you do our taxes, what do we need to bring with us?
Well, you certainly need to bring most of your tax information, all your tax information. Sometimes last year's tax return helps out quite a bit, but certainly your W-2s, 1099s that you might receive. You receive 1099s if you are getting retirement income. If you have Social Security, you get a Social Security statement from the Social Security Administration. Might have miscellaneous income, might have interest income, dividend income. There's all sorts of different types of income. And then there's some people also might have rental income that they rent out property, or they have a farm.
Now, by this time, should we have all those documents in hand? You
should have them. There might be some that might still be drifting in a little bit. They might not have collected them all yet, but most of them will be coming. It should be in by now. But the best thing to start with is look at last year's tax return to see what you had on last year's tax return, and then collect that information from there. That's the best starting point.
Next week, we'll answer your tax questions, so get them ready with John Beazle. He's with Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. Call him at 706-279-2544 or go to jacksonhewitt.com for more information. We'll be back.